this video we'll be preparing the pig's eyes on an artificial AC maintainer. And the purpose of doing that is you can get a proper control of the AC using an artificial AC maintainer and a syringe. The syringe can be loaded with just air, or you can insert fluids like balancer solution or just water from the tap. So to practice the corneal suturing with an artificial chamber maintainer, you will need the right set of instruments. Over here you can see I've got a curved iris scissors, I've got a needle holder, a spring scissors which is a Westcott scissors, I've got a curved tires, this is a straight tires, I've got a micro tooth forceps, this is another 0.12 tooth forceps, I've got a 15-degree blade. So to prepare the pig's eyes, I normally put it on a tray, and the next few steps is important to just make sure the conjunctiva tissues or any excess tissues were trimmed. Once the conjunctiva is out of the way, you can then access the cornea and the sclera by using a 15-degree blade, stabbing that through. So grab hole into the eye, and you want to make a stab incision right into the full thickness of the eye. And then you can extend that incision by moving it around. A pair of spring scissors, and that's where you can then cut out the button of the eye, including a bit of the sclera and the cornea. The whole tissue and the inside of the tissue, which includes the uvea and the iris, can be removed by just stripping it off with a tooth forceps. Very good. So this is the AC maintainer, and first of all you've got to unlock it by turning it counterclockwise until it comes to a hinge, and you can then pull it off. This is the first bit that locks it in place, and then you've got the cover which you can open it up, and next you can then grab the tissue that you've just prepared, put it over the AC maintainer. As you can see, it's vital not to have too much tissues, but enough so you could keep it in place. And next, put that cover back in. If your tissue is not centered, you can always open it up and readjust it later on. And now, once the tissue is in place, you can lock the AC maintainer, and with a syringe, in this case I'm going to use air. I'll just withdraw the syringe all the way towards the end, put it into one of the tubings here, make sure it is not locked, and the other end you can lock it if you're not using it, and you can inflate air into the AC. And to feel how much pressure you've got in the AC, just use a finger and just judge it by pressing on the eye. As you can see, before I inflate the air, it was fairly soft. Once I started injecting air, it firms up a bit more. So now you've got a formed artificial chamber maintainer, and if you would like to simulate aqueous, you can then inject fluid into the syringe instead of air. To demonstrate whether you've got control over the AC, you can just withdraw and inflate the AC using entirely controlling the syringe. As you can see here, I've inflated the AC. To deflate the AC, I would withdraw the syringe again. So that's a very good demonstration of how you can control the AC. Corneal laceration is a partial thickness as we have a breach into the anterior chamber. But the objective here is to close this laceration with a 10-0 nylon. Now, to suture the laceration, the principle would be to close it by dividing it into halves. So I'll go right into the middle, dividing that wound into halves, and using a rotational wrist movement, passing that needle through about 90% depth. And you could use a tying forceps, or you could use the end of the 0.12s, or you can grab hold of the suture. Enough space to make 3 throws. This is a 3 throw onto the cornea. Once you've got the right tension, you can lock the knot by pulling the short end up, and that will lock the knot. Make another turn the other way around, lock that through, and then a turn forward, lock that through. Now you've got yourself a secured knot, and you can trim your stitch short.